that our God is bigger than any problems that we face. And He is able to deliver us. He is able to make us to go through these situations, even though it is hard on us, but sometimes He allows it so that we can be perfected in His sight. And that is what His desire for each and every one of us is. So in this psalm, it reveals David's heart. And it also, he wants to be saved from trouble, but above all, he emphasizes the character of God. Verse 8, if we read 8 and 9 and 10, it says, among the gods there is none like you, O Lord. No deeds can compare with yours. All the nations you have made will come and worship before you, O Lord. They will bring glory to your name, for you are great and do marvelous deeds. You alone are God. His confidence in God is so not interesting. It is so contagious to all of us. He says there is no other God like Him. He is believing there is no other greater than the God that he serves. So in verse 1 through 7, so if we divide it, we can divide it into 3 or 4. The first part, verse 1 through 7, is how David is humbly pleading to God, and he knows that he hears his people. He's pleading to God. There are 8 prayer requests in those 7 verses. Look at it. In verse 1, it says, hear, O Lord, and answer me. And then in verse 2, it says, guard my life, for I am devoted to you. Verse 3, and in the second part, it says, you are my God, save your servant. The fourth plea is in verse 3, it says, have mercy on me, O Lord, for all have called to you all day long. Verse 4, bring joy to your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. And then verse 6, it's the 6th request. Here says, hear my prayer, O Lord. The second half, listen to my cry for mercy. And last one is in the verse 7, it says, in the day of my trouble, I will call to you. He is making these 8 prayer requests to God. And these are the requests that many times we make, right? We say to our God that, Lord, hear, O Lord, answer me, please answer me. And then we say, Lord, help me, protect me, guard my life. We say, God, save your servant. I am in dire trouble. And then says, have mercy on me. These are the words that we use as well. And David is showing that as human being, we all go through this, and this is the way that we cry out to God. But then he is expressing that with caveats in there. He says that I am asking you to hear, Lord, because I am needy, I am poor. Right? That is a way that is explaining and saying that I am not making vain words, but I am asking because I am in need. And it says, guard my life, for I am devoted to you. Please guard me, because your word says that I will protect you. The only thing that you seek is God. God, you are seeking my undivided attention, and I am devoting myself to you. And the third one says, you are my God, because I am your servant. And then it says, have mercy on me, for I call to you all day long. And then it says, bring joy to your servant, for to you, Lord, I lift up my soul. And then verse 6, it says, hear my prayer, listen to my cry for mercy. In the day of my trouble I will call to you, for you will answer me. He is saying that I know you will answer me. I know you are the Lord, you will not overtake my pleas. I know that you are the Lord that will save me. He has that confidence in him. And then he has that confidence because that the second half of every verse, it is that he has that relationship with God. See, when we want to have confidence in him, the only way that we can develop is through a relationship. It's just like our spouse, right? Where in relationship seminars, people say when the relationships are broken, when the trust is broken. The trust is broken. And here, David is trusting God because his relationship is strong. And he says that I know you will. I know you will deliver me. I know you will save me. I know you will have mercy on me. I know that in the time of my trouble that you will come to my rescue. And that is what he is again and again saying, and he knows for sure that once he is pleading to God because he has a relationship with God, that God will come and answer him. He has that confidence in him. The second aspect is he expresses confidence. We read verse 8 to 10, where he is expressing his trust and confidence in God's character. And he says, there is none like you, O Lord, among the gods. And he says, no deeds can compare with yours. He says, you are the ultimate. There is none like you. The second verse 9, it says, all the nations you have made will come and worship before you, Lord. They will bring glory to your name. And verse 10 says, for you are great and do marvelous deeds. You alone are God. His confidence in him is the way that he expresses his trust. And he says that I know who you are. Do we have the confidence of who he is? Do we have the confidence of who he is? See, sometimes, just like I said in the beginning, our problems become bigger than our God. But our confidence and trust in him should be such that say that we know there is none like you. Lord, nobody can do anything greater than what you can do. There is no help that I can get other than from you, which is the ultimate gift that you have. The third aspect is his devotion, his complete commitment, or his humble commitment to obedience and worship. Verse 11 through 13, it says, teach me your way, Lord, and I will walk in your truth. He says, if you teach me, I will walk in it. If you teach me, I will walk in it. Verse 11, if you teach me, I will walk in it. And says, give me an undivided that I may fear your name. He says, give me your undivided heart, I will fear your name. Verse 12, it says, I will praise you, O Lord, with my God, with my heart. I will glorify your name forever, for great is your love towards me. You have delivered me from the depths of the grave. He says that I know what you have done for me. I know that you have what you have done for me, and because of what you have done for me, I will give my undivided attention to you. I will give my undivided devotion to you. I will give my everything to you. Just like I said, sometimes it is easy to sing, I surrender all. Yesterday I said that, right? I surrender all. But do we give fully to him? Because we understand he has delivered me from the depths, from the realm of death. Understand where we have come from, where we were, and to what place we have come. It is only because of who he is. അവൻ്റെ ദയയും അവൻ്റെ കരുണയും കാരണം മാത്രമാണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ ആയത്. നമ്മൾ ഈ കരച്ചിലെല്ലാം കരയുന്നതെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ കർത്താവേ, ആ ക്ഷണ നേരത്തേക്കുള്ള പ്രശ്നം മുഖാന്തരമാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ കരയുന്നത്. But understand where he brought us thus far. Do we have the commitment to obey and to worship him despite the circumstances, because you know where he brought him? And the last part, verse 14 through 17, he says, he again comes in, just as in the first 7 verses, he comes in and pleads back. And he again says, I know that I'm confident in you, but still the people, the arrogant, are attacking me. Band of ruthless men seek my life, men without regard for you. And then verse 15 says, but you, O Lord, are compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. And he knows that he is bound to fail. But he says, you are slow to anger and abounding in love and faithfulness. Dear children of God, he is a compassionate and gracious God. Don't take advantage of his goodness. Don't take advantage of his graciousness. Don't take advantage of his love. Don't take advantage of his compassion. But understand, even when we have failed, he still has compassion on us. And that is why Jesus Christ was sent into this world, so that we can be redeemed even when we deserve death. When we deserve death. Because that was the eternal punishment for sin. We missed the mark, and it was eternal damnation. From there, he gave us Jesus Christ, his Son, so that we can be redeemed. And then in verse 16 it says, turn to me and have mercy on me. Grant your strength to your servant, and save the son of your maid servant. And then he put a fleece, and he said, give me a sign of your goodness, that my enemies may see it, may put to shame. For you, O Lord, have helped me and comforted me. He says that give me a sign that the enemies may see, but he still has the full confidence in him. And he says, you, O Lord, have helped me and comforted me. 4 things that I've said. Number 1, he humbly prays from God. and with the confidence that he hears from him. Number two, that he has the full confidence in God and his character. Number three, he says that despite everything, I humbly submit to obedience and to worship. And the fourth thing he says is, even though in these things, I know that I might need more help, but I know that you are a God who is able to comfort me, and you will help me. You have helped me in the past, you will continue to help me. Do we have that confidence? This morning, can we take a moment to reflect on it and surrender our lives to him, understanding that the Savior did not come just so that he may do his work, but he came so that he may fulfill the purpose of God, that he may redeem us